There was mention of a man muttering angrily to himself behind... Ah, there.
He'll see it was a mistake parting ways with me.
Sir, is everything all right?
How kind of you to ask. The name's Accio Barnes. And no, it is not. I'm plotting a sort of revenge against my ex-business partner, a conniving fiend by the name of Alfred Lawley. He cut me out of our herbology supply business, just as we were getting started. Said I was too volatile to work with. I'll show him volatile.
I can see why.
I can see why he said that. You do seem angry.
Of course I'm angry now, in large part due to his absurd overreaction to what is simply passion for my work. Supercilious fool. He's passionate about things too, as I intend to remind him by relieving him of his prized possession. A venomous tentacula he's grown from a seedling that was to be the keystone of our business venture. I can't get anywhere near it with Ruth Singer watching me like an augury. Lawley's doing, no doubt. But no one would suspect a student. How would you feel about committing some grand plant larceny?
You said Mr. Lawley was your ex-business partner. What were you working on?
I had an idea to train venomous tentacula, create guard plants, if you will, that attacked when ordered. We hit a snag when one ate Lawley's Kneasel. After that, he cut me out of the business, the short-sighted fiend.
Why do you need Mr. Lawley's venomous tentacula in particular?
Simple. If I have it, then Lawley doesn't. Ergo, I can launch my business, and he must start all over again. I'm killing two snidgets with one stone.
Oh, I guess there's one way of putting it.
What else is in Mr. Lawley's cellar?
All of Lawley's herbology supplies. He has quite the collection. Fill your pockets while you're there. Or to slow him down for a bit. And I can get my business going minus any competition.
Okay.
I'll get the venomous tentacula for you.
Marvelous. I know a fellow seeker of justice when I see one. Take as many herbology supplies as you like while you're in his cellar. All I ask is that you bring me the venomous tentacula.
Okay, well...
Remember, I just need that venomous tentacula.
Fine by me.
Seems I need to find Mr. Lawley's cellar.
At this point, I wouldn't know who's wrong and who's right.
This must be it.
So, why not just do your own bit of scales of justice?
This must be the cellar.
Oh, I've got to do
Now,
this sneak.
to find that venomous tentacula.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna need to redo. Show that this is. Okay. I'm just gonna go this way. I can't see nothing.
Hello, Amora.
I opened the door, but I could have just snuck here. Oh yeah, well, might as well help myself to some. He did say I should. Oh, is this the beauty? Hello there. Some dittany leaves. Okay.
Now that I have the venomous tentacula, I should return to Mr. Barnes.
A friend of...
Hello, Mr. Barnes. I have that venomous tentacula.
Wish I could see Lawley's face when he realizes his prized possession is gone. We'll see who's volatile now. Well done. I'll take it off your hands now.
No, I'd like to be paid for it.
It wasn't as easy to come by as I had expected. I'd like to be paid for my troubles.
Only fair, I suppose. I can respect your business acumen.
Thank you.
Here's a little something for your next trip to Zonko's.
I don't shop there, dude. I'm more in
Thank you again for your help. I suspect you have a bright future.
Thank you. That's a very nice compliment. Now, I know I'm sporting a lot of red on my outfit today. See it as kind of as like a funny play at Gryffindor. Okay, that's one side quest down. We're going to see Serona now for a second side quest. We're going to do all the side quests quickly.
Glad you came.
And then I think we should do Sebastian's main quest. Our Sebastian.
Hello, Serona. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgok?
I feel like I could trust her.
I did, thank you. In fact, we're working together to try and rein in Ranrock.
Are you? I suspected you and he would get along. Perhaps best I don't know details of your plans.
Yeah.
And I shall refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you were needing my help with something.
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favour for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
Okay.
I don't believe I've met Mrs. Sprottle.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stay with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
Why does Mrs. Sprottle keep a supply of Wiggenweld potion on hand?
Dot's a skilled potioneer. She's been supplying travelling vendors with Wiggenweld potion.
Nice.
An ordinary precaution that has, unfortunately, become a necessity, what with Ranrock's loyalists disrupting the trade routes.
Why did Mr. and Mrs. Sprottle have your box of letters after all this time?
It's one of a few that I had when I was young. Dot found it when she was clearing out a closet. Can't imagine what's in there. Probably terribly theatrical. The ramblings of a teenage witch and her friends. You're welcome to take a peek inside, if you do find it. To be honest, I'd imagine it contains some lovely memories.
Sure, I'll just rummage through your personal goodage.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it.
Okay.
You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. Please do give Dot my love.
I shall. And there's another side quest. Oh my soul. Okay, before we go see...
Shane Bardolph thought dark magic was the answer.
Maybe I should
I
see you
reckon
first.
Rookwood's played a hand in his disappearance.
I can do some thievery here too. Let's see. Excuse me, you just said something about a bottle of Beaumont.
Excuse me, did you say something about a Bardolph Beaumont?
I did. I don't think we've met. I'm Dorothy Sprottle. I was just worrying about Claire Beaumont's brother Bardolph, only he's gone missing. Rumour is he was seen in the forest practicing dark magic. Saw him myself near some ruins with Rookwood's lot I did. I fear he got himself into trouble with the Ashwinders, especially if he made them a promise he couldn't keep. I'd help search for him myself, but no one will risk encountering Ranrock's loyalists. They seem to be everywhere.
Why would Bardolph want to get involved with the Ashwinders?
Oh, he had a terrible run-in with Ranrock's loyalists. Changed him. He vowed never to feel powerless again. I think he sought the Ashwinders out to learn their secrets. Victor Rookwood, at least, seems somehow immune to Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think Bardolph may have simply run off?
No. Bardolph's run that shop with Claire his entire life. He'd not give it up for anything. He swore he'd be back in a fortnight. My instincts are that he's been held captive, or worse.
Well, I'll keep my
I
eye
can
out.
certainly look out for him.
Any help would be appreciated. You might speak to Claire first. Perhaps she has some insights that I don't. I can tell you that Bardolph was last seen in the forest wearing a particular woolen jumper, one that Claire knitted herself. Claire will be at her shop if you'd like to speak with her.
Okay, but first, I have some business with you.
Hello, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect hawk lumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some hawk lumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
I probably have quite a bit on me. Yeah, believe it or not, I have some with me.
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting hawk lumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather hawk lumps and collect the box of letters there.
But I just gave you hawk lumps.
Sirona said she lived with you during the summers when she was at Hogwarts. What was she like?
Oh, goodness. Well, she was almost exactly like she is now. Charming, good head on her shoulders, taking care of everyone. I can't tell you the fun we had when she and her friends would visit us during the year, all buzzing about, practicing charms. Talented group. Her friend Mirabelle was a genius in the garden. Learned it all from her muggle parents, if you can believe it.
Wait, Mirabelle... Is that not Professor Garlic, I think?
Do you remember anything about the letters you put in the box?
Oh, of course. A few letters from some of her school friends. Some nice memories. I even included a letter Sirona had written to me when she was staying with us. Thought she might enjoy reading it. I know when I read writing from my youth, I'm always astonished at how much I've changed, and yet remain the same.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawk lumps. I, and the vendors I help, would greatly appreciate it.
Okay, so that's 2 extra things we've got to do now. And there's someone here. The music here. Oh, like this. Oh, wait, they are vendor.
Ranrock's loyalists are a menace. What can be done?
Hi, Key.
I couldn't help it over here. Did you mention Ranrock's loyalists?
I did. Never imagined they'd act this deadly. I'm Claire Beaumont, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
Ranrock and his followers have set up camp here. No regard for our beloved hamlet or our livelihoods. Ruthless. My brother Bardolph dared to stand up to them and ended up in St. Mungo's. Simply at my wit's end.
The music's here and like the voices here.
How did your brother Bardolph end up in St. Mungo's?
Bardolph had spent the entire day hand-picking herbs and roots for us. When a group of Ranrock's lot appeared and demanded the harvest for themselves, Bardolph refused. In their anger, they hurled him against a rock and robbed him. The moment he left St. Mungo's, he vowed revenge. I worry he may be dabbling in magic that he will one day regret.
You said Ranrock's loyalists have set up camp here. Where precisely?
To the south, across the river. Last I heard, there were several loyalists in each camp. I won't go near them.
I would though, I don't mind.
Why don't you simply leave the area for now?
Upper Hogsfield is my home. Baldolf and I grew up here. No, we are standing firm. Once my brother returns, then we shall decide what to do next. He's gone to seek Victor Rookwood's advice. I didn't approve of that idea, but perhaps in the end it will help.
I am unfortunately quite familiar with Ranrock's loyalists. Perhaps I can do something.
Much as I would love to be rid of them, I wouldn't want you to risk injury, or worse. Please be cautious. We should not have to live in fear. This is our home.
Yeah, and then I need to speak to you.
Madame Beaumont, might I speak with you?
Yes? What about?
Mrs. Sprottle told me a little about your brother's disappearance.
We just spoke about that though.
Dear Dorothy. She'd go looking for Bardolph herself if she could.
She mentioned dark magic, and even the Ashwinders.
Despite my repeated warnings, Bardolph's been experimenting with dark magic near the edge of the forest. I thought perhaps he'd get it out of his system and it would gradually stop. But then one day, he didn't come home.
This music is so happy for what we're speaking about. Well, we know that he didn't run off.
Is there anything your brother took with him that might help to track him down?
Only his satchel, journal, and a woolen jumper I knitted for him. That's all I can recall.
I'll let you know if I see or hear anything about him.
Thank you. How kind. I'd be so grateful to learn where he is. I know in my heart he's out there. Do be careful.
Yeah, I'm just worried.
What
I
do you
want to
have to say?
sell stuff. That's all I want at this point.
Bardolph, where are you? I'll not give up hope.
It seems as though things are getting worse. Best be on my guard.
What's getting worse? We just entered someone's house. Or is it the fact because we're breaking into people's homes that things are getting worse? Oh, collection update, Jack of Lanterns! Oh, that's definitely going in the room of requirements. This is Halloween,
Mine
this
now,
is
demiguise.
Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Another demiguise. Come on, I want to collect it. Thank you. Ooh, also have a bit of that. Thank you. A lot of pots. Dun 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 dun.
I should investigate.
Our last night does one of the best covers of This Is Halloween. Like, I just need to put it out there. This still shows a chest. Oh. Oh. Oh, hiding over there. I don't know how I... No! That was not planned. Oh.
This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned.
I fell to my death off my broom. Firstly, that's what happens when you dismount your broom mid-air. And secondly, I love how she was talking about the cavern whilst she was dying. Okay, let's not make that mistake again. There we go. And there's an encampment down below that I haven't done.
This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned. But I still need to visit the cave to find Sorona's box of letters. Perhaps I'll find more Horklump. Better have a look around. See about the Horklumps and the box of letters.
Oh, she was so full of dialogue there. She didn't know what she wanted to say.
That's all the Horklumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased.
I just had one too little. Fishies! Hello, fishies! It shows that I can go that way. What's it? There we go. Let's go swimming. Ooh,
Lumos.
there we go. Patterned house robe, except that's not my house robe. Okay, thank you. Toodaloo. Where does this lead? Where does this lead?
Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether.
Oh shit. I did not want to go into a troll. He is a level 100 times higher than me. Okay, we going to need to. Can I go through here? Oh. Hi. Hello. Oh, dear Serona, when I arrived here, I had a troubling sense that in many ways I wasn't like the other first years. I confess I worried that Hogwarts might not have been the proper place for me, and pondered sending an owl to my parents, asking them to fetch me, almost before the first week of classes had ended. How did you know? I presume you're not secretly a legilimens, but I wonder that you seem to know my thoughts better than I did myself. That day in the Three Broomsticks, when you spotted me huddled in a corner, staring blankly at an untouched butterbeer and an empty bit of parchment, my cool dripping ink woefully onto the floor, and you came to sit with me. Well, I shall never forget it. I recall a sense of relief, as if someone had cast a levitation charm on me, when you told me about how nervous you'd been to come to Hogwarts. I looked at you, and it seemed beyond my imagination to think of you as anything but the confident, contented witch sitting before me. In the days that followed, I marvelled at how you charmed, in the non-magical sense, I mean, everyone around you without apology, embracing who you were and who they were. It was as though a candle had flickered on for me. I realized that I could choose that path as well. Now that my school years are ending, the frightened first year which I had been seems worlds away. And I know it's because you saw yourself in that despairing creature in the corner of the pub, and so generously extended yourself to her. Yours sincerely, Mirabelle. P.S. Please tell Mrs. Sprottle that I still plan on visiting her and Mr. Sprottle whenever I can, for their delightful conversation, and I am unashamed to admit her incomparable cauldron cakes. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Dear Serona, I conjured this wee gift for you as a token of my gratitude. If you hadn't stood your ground on my behalf during Quidditch practice last week, I might have left the team altogether. And now we've won the Quidditch Cup. Ravenclaw House will not be the same without you. Yours sincerely, Sean. Damn, their bats scattered all over the place. Oh, these letters are long. My dear Serona, I've sent a note separately to dear Mr. and Mrs. Sprottle for their hospitality, but felt the need to put quill to parchment with my thanks to you as well. What a lovely respite from the castle. I won't soon forget how we giggled about that ridiculous gnome. Did he truly believe that he was singing? And Mrs. Sprottle's steak and kidney pie was simply glorious. I shall be dreaming of it for days. I so appreciate you including me. I fear I must warn you, however, that this does not mean I will go easy on you in next week's match. You know that Ravenclaw is no match at all for Slytherin this year. Most gratefully yours, Philomena.
This must be Serona's box of letters.
How many letters are there? Dear Serona, happy birthday, my darling friend. I sneaked into the kitchens and asked Finky to make your favourite cream crowdie. She was delighted to oblige. Not sure where she got raspberries at this time of year. Genius, that Finky. Bess.
I should take this box of letters to Serona. She'll be glad to have it back.
Dear Mrs. Sprottle, Mother and Father were delighted to hear that you and I had spent the afternoon at Gladrags last Saturday. Truth be told, I think my mother was ever so slightly envious. I shan't soon forget how heartily we laughed at my efforts to lace the bodice of my new dress. A challenge indeed, as is the rather delicate practice of properly situating a hat pin without wounding either my hat or my head. But I adore everything that we selected, and I have you to thank for now feeling like a marvellously fashionable witch. It was also a treat to dine at the Three Broomsticks without having to clear the tables. I shall own a place like that one day, mark my words. I consider myself more than lucky that you and Mr. Sprottle agreed to let me stay. I know that my parents feel precisely the same way. Yours gratefully, Serona.
I think that's everything. Serona will be glad to have this back.
And I can conveniently exit on the other side, which is great.
Careful not to get bit. Freezer!
Oh! He changed into a dog! Oh, it's an animagus! Oh, that's so cool! Woohoo! That was such a cool
Wait till
ending
Sebastian
there.
hears about this. An Ashwinder.
Wait, what does that have to do with Sebastian?
Hello, Serona. I have good news.
I do.
I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some Horklumps for her Wiggenweld potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
Okay.
I wondered about some of the letters in the box.
Of course. It appears most of the letters were from fellow students.
Yes, that's what I wanted to know. Is Mirabelle Professor Garlic?
I saw a letter from someone named Mirabelle. Is that Professor Garlic?
It is. Still one of my dearest friends. I know she wouldn't mind you having seen that letter. She and I are of a similar mind, especially when it comes to young people. We believe experience to be an invaluable teacher. To borrow a phrase from Mirabelle, it's a joy to see anyone blossom, but particularly one who doubted they ever would.
I spotted a letter from you to Mrs. Sprottle. You two seem to have a lot of fun together.
We do. She taught me so much during my summers with her and Aidan. I shall be the first to admit that adolescents aren't always the easiest to understand. And not everyone was as kind to me as the Sprottles. But the depth of their kindness, and that of so many of my friends, got me through... well, got me through some challenging times, to put it mildly.
One of the letters mentioned Quidditch practice. Did you play?
I did. Was the Ravenclaw Seeker for 3 years. Oh, Merlin's beard. I adore Quidditch. Nothing like the feeling of catching the golden snitch when your team's down by 140 points. I'll never forgive Professor Black for cancelling it this year. I missed cheering for Ravenclaw.
Yeah, well, you won't be seeing me on the team because I'm not a Quidditch fan.
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aidan. Thank you, again, for helping her. And for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories.
I'm behind the bar. Would you like a drink, milady?
Folk still talk about you taking down that troll in
And
the
you?
village circle.
Would you? Maybe
You
not.
certainly made an impression.
An intruder!
How did they even see me? I'm not even in the encampment yet. An intruder!
Ranrock's camps. Exactly as Madame Beaumont described.
Ooh, what do they have there? That looks
Wizardkind
so
will
cool.
submit to us once the war is...
Wizards are running scared, as they should be.
Really? I'm not running scared. Come here. Ooh, that must have hurt a painful load. And 1. And 2. And 3.
That wasn't too hard.
Another one bites the dust. And another one gone. And another one gone. I am trying to focus too much on what I'm doing now. There we go. Stop focusing on him and focus on somebody else.
Dead.
Where? Thank you. Are you firing?
Pay for that.
Did it like a boss. Eventually.
Both camps cleared. Madame Beaumont will be glad to hear that. I'm not sure how I'd fare in a little place like this.
I do miss the bustle of business.
Hello, Madame Beaumont. Good news. I was able to clear out Ranrock's camps.
Yes.
You cleared them out?
Yes.
How?
Yeah, I just surprised
I
him.
managed to catch them off guard.
When my brother returns, this news will mean the world to him. You saved our hamlet, my young friend. This will not be forgotten. I fear for other hamlets, truly. Ranrock and his lot are unlike any goblins I've ever seen.
I should be going now. Thank you.
Here we go. We got some pumpkins. I expunged him.
Is that Inferius wearing a long jumper? That must be Bardolph.
Oops. Ho, ho, ho.
Bardolph's woolen jumper. I'm not sure Madame Beaumont would want to know what really happened to him.
Wait, did he become an Inferi? Hi, Birdie. I was so focused on fighting that I didn't catch any of what she was saying. So I take it he became Inferi because he was wearing the jumper. Shame, man, that's a bit sad. Journal entry 1 of 2. I hate that I'm afraid, but there's no going back. I seem to have mastered 2 of the curses so far, but I've had to pledge to do their bidding if I'm to learn more. I can't let them see my fear. They're already whispering behind my back. I've been told not to trust dark wizards, but I can't stop until I have enough magic to protect Claire, myself, and all of Upper Hogsfield. Bardolph.
An entry from Bardolph's journal. He overheard whispers. A plan, something to do with him. Revelio.
So where's the other page? Oh. Journal entry 2 of 2. I'm repulsed by what I have just witnessed. They have created an Inferius, a corpse mutilated come to life. I tried to hide my horror at what I was seeing. Alas, I think they saw through me. I need to convince them I am not a spy. I am not here to undermine them. If I do not, I fear I could be next.
This mentions Inferi, and something about it being Bardolph's turn next.
Yeah, I think he became their next target for being Inferi. Bye, chicken!
Revelio.
Are these their straws? Oh, I came across these straws. Hi. Hi. Okay, so how do I get you guys to trust me? Oh, don't run me over. Please don't run me over.
I do hope my brother is all right.
Madame Beaumont, I do have some news of your brother.
Oh, please tell me he's safe.
He's decided to pursue a new life. That wouldn't be fair because she would continuously then wonder where he is and try find him.
I regret to say that Bardolph had been turned into an Inferius, and I had to kill him.
What? But how could you possibly think that an Inferius was my brother Bardolph? That's absurd.
He was wearing a woolen jumper, hand-knitted.
No,
I'm sorry.
no, this can't be.
It's better that you know.
I'm truly sorry. I wish it had been better news. I wish you well, Madame Beaumont.
What more could I have done? Oh, Bardolph.
She's like crying her heart out and this music's just in the background. Dun, 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 dun.
Dear, dear brother.
I could use some gold.
Like if it was me and I had a sibling that just disappeared, I would rather want to know if he's dead or alive. I don't want someone to lie to me to spare my feelings.
Can I help you?
I believe you can. I'm Sophronia, by the way, and I need help from someone who's at least a 5th year. Are you familiar with Herodiana Byrne? Don't answer that. Of course you're not. No one seems to know of her but me.
Okay.
She's only the single greatest Depulso master of all time. Even taught at Hogwarts, briefly.
She was just good at casting a spell. No wonder I've never heard of her.
Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said the single greatest Depulso master of all time. I often read about great witches in my limited free time. There are many. Whilst reading about her, I learned that she built a secret Depulso training room here at Hogwarts. But in typical clever Herodiana fashion, one cannot access it unless one knows Depulso, which of course, 3rd years aren't taught.
And you're a 3rd year, so...
Quick one, aren't you? According to what I've read, her signature outfit may still be there. I would love to see it. Would you get Herodiana's signature outfit and show it to me?
How did Herodiana Byrne become famous by casting Depulso?
She once saved orphans from a wild Grafhorn by banishing it over Stonehenge. That's on Salisbury Plain. She once banished a meddlesome dark wizard all the way to Durmstrang while she was in the Alps. That one may have been exaggerated, but lots of the stories about her certainly aren't.
What ended up happening to Herodiana Byrne?
In her later years, she taught at Hogwarts, but only for a short while. Just long enough to build a secret hall, it appears. Then one day, she just disappeared. Some say she actually banished herself. No one knows for sure.
Interesting.
If you tell me where to go, I'll see what I can do about it.
Simply go to the Hall of Herodiana. It's at the base of the Defense Against the Dark Arts Tower. There, you'll find a series of Depulso puzzles concealing pieces of Herodiana's ensemble.
Very well. I shall let you know if I find anything.
I can't wait to see Herodiana's famous ensemble.
Ah, so you need to use the pulsar on those things. Okay, I know there's another one around in the castle somewhere.
This must be the entrance to the Hall of Herodiana. Better go inside and find those puzzles.
Fascinating. She certainly did it very...
Let me see if Herodiana Byrne was as good as Sophronia said she was.
So fancy. Ah, okay. So then, could I? Ah! But I just killed myself with these things. My bad. I mean, she was a Depulso genius, so it's gotta be Depulso.
I think I'm getting the hang of this now. Just one left.
Oh, just one more. That seems painstakingly. Ugh. Yes! Thank you! And then... What? It didn't hit me! And then we reset, and then we bring it down. And then we bring it up. There we go.
That's the last of them. Seems I was a match for Herodiana. And this must be the last piece of Herodiana's ensemble.
Wow.
It is remarkable. No wonder Sophronia wanted to see this. Sophronia, I solved all the puzzles in the
like
Hall of
10
Herodiana.
minutes.
Incredible! Then you found Herodiana's outfit. May I see it?
No, you should have found it yourself.
Of course, but not for free. That wasn't easy.
Not.
Of course, I'd pay anything.
Oh wow.
Oh, how grand! You'll look as majestic as Herodiana herself, the greatest Depulso master of all time. You're my second favorite hero.
Oh, gee, thanks. Oh, well, that was easy enough. But I feel like we've covered a lot of ground in this one. We did a lot of quick side quests, and found a lot more side quests. I was just scared my bunnies by stretching. Really? Like, really? Okay, so that's going to be it for this one. I do feel like we actually did cover quite a bit. We did a couple of side quests with Sirona in the Three Broomsticks. We helped out her friend, which also the lady in the village with her brother. So we managed to do that and kill a couple of inferi, you know, the usual. Duel a bunch of goblins too. And we got to do a fun little quest as well, a little puzzle thing with Depulso and Accio to get an outfit. Oh, that flew so close to the map! That was so cool! We've only got 3 out of 10 demigod statues out of the whole of Hogwarts, and we've got 86 out of 150 field guide pages, which is not bad, and the collection chest, which is 16 out of 33. So I feel that maybe what I should do is all these little side collections, when I do have some spare time, just kind of like run around and do that and kind of just explore around to find more of all of that stuff, so that in the videos itself we can focus more on the quests rather than finding these little tidbits around while we're busy. And I feel like focusing on exploring while I'm recording is going to hinder a lot of progress as well. We'll see as we go along. But that is it for this episode. We didn't get to do a main quest. I thought we'd still have some time to do a main quest, but unfortunately we don't. So maybe next episode we can look at starting with a main quest. But that is it. Don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!